Welcome on in, everyone. I hope that you're having a lovely day. Make sure to get your tea and get your blankets. We're going to get cozy today and we're going to have a cute little art chat or, just a chat between us, okay? This is kind of what I do on my streams on Twitch, and I wanted to bring a little bit of that vibe to YouTube as well, just to kind of take out that stress of thinking, what should I do? What should I paint? But we'll talk about that a little bit further on in the video. So if you wanted to get cozy, then come and join me for our little chat session. I have my Earl Grey tea today. I've been really loving Earl Grey. It's so florally and so nice. I'm just so in love with it. It's one of those cozy teas that just make me feel like I'm being embraced with a warm hug. Also, meet my little sloth guy. He usually doesn't show his face on my streams or my cameras or anything, but I have my microphone a little bit closer to me today, so you can see my adorable little sloth friend, but he doesn't have a name. So if you think of a name that you would like to call this little sloth friend, leave it in the comment section below, and maybe we'll have a little poll on it in my community section because I hardly ever use that. I think I can do polls, right? So today I thought I would chat a little bit about what it's like being an artist in 2024, how I have found that journey, and I mean, most of the time I'm probably just going to be rambling on like I always do. This is, as I said in the intro, a bit of the vibe that I bring to my streams, but I do find it a little bit trickier because I'm not really talking to anyone. I mean, obviously I'm talking to you guys, but I often will have a chat that's going back and forth that I can respond to and that ask me questions. And I find it, I guess, still a little bit awkward just talking to the camera, talking to myself, not really having a goal in mind of where this conversation is going to go. I mean, I have a vague idea, but often I don't go on a script. Often I just go on what the chat is saying. And I think bringing that to my YouTube videos might be a good idea. It might, as I was saying before, I know I'm repeating myself already, but it might take away that stress that I'm always questioning what I should be doing, what kind of content I should be putting out. And this plays into the topic that I wanted to talk about as well, because it's really hard to figure out what content to put out in today's day and age. I mean, of course, I can get inspiration from other artists, but I'm not other artists. I'm inspired by studio vlogs, and I have done studio vlogs in the past, but it's really difficult for me to get around that idea of constantly having a camera on while I'm doing something, because I mean, most of the time that I'm in my studio that I'm not streaming, I'm just packing orders or I'm just designing something on my iPad, and I don't really know how exactly to talk through that. But maybe it's something that I can work on as I go. I'm just still trying to find my way when it comes to YouTube and video making and all that kind of thing. So yeah, I guess that's one aspect of being an artist in 2024 that is difficult to grasp for a lot of people. So I thought maybe doing these little heart-to-heart chats and me talking about this maybe will help someone else that's thinking the same way. Maybe it helps them not feel so alone. Maybe it inspires you to do the same kind of chats that I'm doing, because yeah, like it totally takes away that stress of thinking what content I should put out. I mean, kind of in a way, like I don't have to put any kind of art next to me. I can just chat to you guys. So another thing that I wanted to discuss was the rest of social media. So I spoke a little bit about YouTube, but there's so many other aspects of social media that you have to keep on top of as an artist. There is Instagram, there is Facebook, there is Pinterest, there's TikTok, and sometimes it just gets so overwhelming that we don't really know what direction to take. And it's something I do struggle with sometimes as an artist. I don't particularly experience the burnout that a lot of artists will talk about and will experience. I don't particularly get that with art content itself. I get overwhelmed and I get burnt out with social media. And I feel like there's always this kind of demand to put out social media posts, or I really do try not to get caught up in the numbers and get caught up in what exactly I should be putting out and what tags I should be using and how many tags I should be using. But yeah, sometimes because I know those things and I know that those things are important, I do get caught up in them. And I think that's a struggle with every artist in this day and age in 2024, especially now with AI. And that's a huge topic that has really been affecting a lot of my friends in the art world, and it really really sucks because there's this kind of unrealistic idea of what art is in the general population. And even though in our art communities it's pretty widely unaccepted that AI art can be used as art, it's just AI generated images in our head. But to the general population who we're trying to market to and who we're trying to sell our art to, they're going to be seeing the AI stuff and not really know the difference, but they're going to see the price difference and they're going to say, well, that's really cheap, so I'm going to get that instead of commission an artist. And I know it's a really big deal with digital artists, and I'm a traditional artist, luckily. So I don't get hit with that as badly, but it's still a big thing. And I watched a lot of my friends leave Instagram because of the whole Meta AI thing that just happened recently. And it's really sad. It's really sad to see people completely get rid of all of their progress, delete all of their progress, all of their journey that they've shared on Instagram just because of this AI thing. And do I think that people should be deleting stuff? I mean, that's up to them. But personally, I wouldn't. At this point, I wouldn't completely abandon Instagram and leave for things like Cara, because I know that that was one of the major changes that people were moving over to. So they were moving over to the app called Cara. And if you are a non-artist or you're unaware of what Cara is, it was supposed to be a new platform for artists that they can share their work with other artists. It was marketed to artists. And that was one of the issues that artists were having, because how are they meant to market to people who are going to buy their stuff? How are they going to get their stuff seen with only sharing to other artists? And whilst I think it's a really nice idea that we can share things amongst each other, artists are competitive. And it's just the nature of things like that, where artists they're not gonna be as welcoming and as wholesome as a lot of us want them to be, because it's still gonna be a competitive place, unfortunately. And I have seen many apps come and go that have tried to overtake or tried to replace things. So when Twitter turned to X, there was Hive that came out and people flocked to Hive, and the servers got completely overloaded. So it just kind of crashed from there and no one used it after that. And I felt the same thing with Cara was going to happen. And so I was just kind of standing back thinking, I'm not going to abandon Instagram. I'll take my username over on Cara, but I'm not going to really post there or really partake in any of the activity over there, because in my brain, it's just another social media that I have to keep on top of. And I already have so many that I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to stay on top of, like, all of the TikTok and all of the YouTube and all of the Twitch. And there's so many things. So it was just overloading my brain to have to think of another app. And I know that a lot of other artists are the same and have spoken about it. One thing that I don't know if I want to say surprised, but it, I guess, rubbed me the wrong way, because I'm on Threads, and Threads is, I'm gonna be real here. Like, I'm just gonna say what I'm thinking in my head, and it might be a controversial opinion, and it might resonate with some people, but let me know what side you're on. Threads is a place on my niche in the art community for artists to complain. And I kind of don't like the vibe of threads because of that. I mean, it can be useful in some ways because you can see other artists that are struggling with the same thing as you. But when it came to the differences between Instagram and Cara, people were very strongly on one side or the other. And people that were speaking up about not wanting to move over to Cara would often, I saw, get kind of attacked by other artists for not being supportive of other artists. And it was really surprising, I guess, or not surprising, but almost contradictory because they wanted to move over Cara to make a better environment for artists, but yet they were saying, how dare you question Cara? It's amazing. It's made by this person who was, I can't remember the stats of the person. Apparently, they're a really nice person, but when it comes to having to post multiple places all the time to keep up with algorithms, and it's just overwhelming for artists. And yeah, there's skepticism because it's a new platform. How do we know that what they're saying is true and what they're saying is correct? There's so much, and to see people kind of get attacked for those thoughts on threads was really interesting. I know that I'm just rambling on and I'm just talking complete nonsense, and I hope that that's okay. I hope that you're enjoying this kind of heart to heart little chat that I'm having with you. But let's move on. So, more social media apps. Of course, we have TikTok and we have all of the reels and short form content on YouTube as well. Whilst it seems so simple to have one video that you can upload to all three of those things, often it's not as simple as that because I don't know if your brain might work the same, but my brain, if there's more steps to something, it kind of short circuits and then I don't do any of them. So I've got to upload to TikTok, which sure might take 5 minutes, but then I have to upload to Instagram, which takes another 5 minutes on top of already making the video or making the reel. And then YouTube, oh my gosh, YouTube Shorts is really hard to upload to. Like, I don't know if anyone has had these same feelings, but I honestly feel that YouTube is the hardest short form video content to upload. And I don't know if it's just like the app makes it difficult or it's more unfamiliar or something than Instagram or TikTok. Maybe because I don't personally go through YouTube shorts. When I'm on YouTube, I'm watching long-term videos. I don't watch the shorts. I maybe watch one or two that show up in my feed, but that's it. Like, I do not go to the shorts tab and watch anyone's shorts that I want to watch like I would on TikTok. Even Instagram, I don't do that. But Instagram is a more familiar app in terms of scrolling through and seeing content. So I guess maybe because it's unfamiliar is why I struggle uploading to YouTube, but let me know how you feel about that too, because I feel like it's the hardest one of the three. So all of those things, they kind of add up in your mind and overwhelm you. And that's definitely how I feel occasionally. Sometimes I'll go on this posting schedule that I've curated, and I do really well for about like a week or 2 weeks even, or maybe even 3 weeks because I've been really good at Instagram lately. But other times I would just have all these all these days that I'm just like, oh shit, I forgot to upload again, because it gets in your mind that you have to post at the right time, you have to post the right tags, you have to post the right captions, and it's just too much. It's too much. Of course, then we have Twitch, which is my preferred social media, I suppose, and I'm on there most of my day talking to my friends or streaming myself. And that one to me, because I switched from YouTube to doing Twitch, and I was putting in a lot of effort in my YouTube and not really knowing where I wanted to go with it. And I'm still like that, honestly. Like, this is why I'm having this little chat, because I have literally no idea what kind of content I want to put out on YouTube. Although I am having fun just kind of talking to my camera right now and finding my vibe. And I hope that you guys enjoy it too, just listening to me ramble on about stuff. And I know I keep saying, oh, I hope that you guys like it, but that's one of the stresses. It's one of the stresses of creating content, because I don't know. I don't know if you guys are going to like it. I don't know if the effort that I'm going to put in is going to be seen by anyone or resonate with anyone, or, it definitely, I have to come back to the reason why I do this, and it's to create someone's happiness, to create someone's safe space. And I know that sounds really cliche, but it's honestly what I wanted to do as an artist. That was my driving goal. I wanted to make someone smile. I wanted to make someone happier or make someone's day a little bit better with my art. And I'm hoping that these chats are going to do the same. Like, if one person enjoys this, if one person listens all the way to the end and thinks, yeah, that was a nice video to just chill out to, then that's my job done, you know? So I guess and I know I keep repeating myself, but I guess I am trying to find that footing. I'm trying to find that nice medium between my content where because as I was about to say before, I do Twitch streaming and I do art and I stream 5 hours 3 times a week doing art. And then I have other projects that I'm doing as well on top of that outside of stream. So often it is a little bit of a struggle trying to think of something that I can put up on YouTube that is art related, that is still in line with my content. But I figured, why not just do the chatting side of it? Because that is half of my streams. Half of my streams is just chatting. The other side is art. So why not just do the just chatting side? Because that kind of content is a lot easier for me to create, a lot easier for me to think about. I don't have to think about multiple things. And eventually, or maybe even with this video, maybe I have filmed this part and decided I could use some of my old footage and put behind so you can watch me do some art alongside, which is a possibility. I might do that as well. So, you know, it's all about figuring out your content, figuring out what you need to do in order to, I guess, captivate your audience, or not, for me, not captivate, that's the wrong word, or make the right space for your audience. That's the correct wording. That's how I want to say it. I want to create the right space for my audience. And yeah, doing all those things and thinking of all those things can be really, really difficult as an artist in 2024, because it's not exactly about just creating art. It's about creating a whole brand. It's creating a whole persona. It's creating a whole world almost, which is another thing I could talk about in a video actually. I have created a world, and that would be really cool to discuss with you guys. So look out for that video. I will definitely talk about my universe that I've created eventually, and I'll show you all of the cool things that I've done for it. But yeah, so it's all about creating that world, creating that safe place for people. And I am, I guess, not struggling with how to do it, but figuring out how to do it. And I hope that you will enjoy the journey with me as I figure that out and try and make my content across all of the social medias align with each other and align with that goal to create a cozy space. And honestly, if you have any ideas or you have things that you want me to talk about or that you want me to post about, maybe you want to see more photos of my cats on my Instagram rather than my art. Maybe you want to see more photos of me and my life on Instagram instead of just my art. And honestly, like I struggle with figuring out what exactly to post because I saw it more as my portfolio. But maybe I should be viewing it differently. Maybe I should just be viewing it as an art journal, and part of my art journey is me. I'm the artist. Maybe I should be posting more about that. So going from there, I figure that I would just start talking. I figure I'd just put my camera on and start talking just like how I do on my streams. And if you are interested in actually having a back and forth conversation, then make sure to join me over on Twitch because I would very much love to see you. So I hope that this resonates with someone. I hope that I have created a cozy space for you and you've been able to, listen along and I guess know how I'm feeling, or if you're feeling the same, at least have found some comfort in the fact that someone else feels those things and thinks those things. Maybe you can put some topics in the comment section and I'll have a look at them and create videos talking about them. Another thing that I would like to discuss a little bit more in depth is specific companies or specific company that has been using AI recently because I feel very strongly about it and I would like to discuss it with you. And I guess I don't know if spreading awareness is the right word, but at least getting my thoughts out there about this particular company and the things that I have read about them, that they have, their stance on AI is very interesting. But anyway, that's a discussion for another time. So thank you for coming along this little tea and chat. The Galact chats is what we'll call it, maybe. The Galactic chats. I like that. Okay. So Galact chats. Um, Thank you for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. If you were interested in listening to some other topics that I have to talk about or that I will think of talking about, because as I said, honestly, I just turned the camera on and thought, yeah, I'll talk about this today. So maybe that's maybe that's the direction. I keep saying maybe. I keep repeating myself. I feel like this video might be a little awkward, but that's fine because I'm just trying to find my way. I'm just trying to figure out how to be an artist in 2024 and tell you about what it's like being an artist in 2024. I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day or night, whatever time zone it is for you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and the like and the bell button if you wanted to be updated with more cozy galactic chats like I have done today. And don't forget to put in the comment section your suggestion for our little sloth's name. He's so cute. Look how cute he is. He's just hugging my microphone. Like, he's a cute little sloth. Galactimum gave me that. So yeah, put your suggestions for a name in the comment section and we'll do a poll on what one's going to win. Until next time, fare thee well, everyone. Mwah. Bye.